I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. If you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not progressing, you are regressing. Don't get it twisted. Nothing in this world is staying still. You are not staying still. You're either growing or dying. How do you think an apple rots? How do you think a body in a coffin turns to dust? It's because everything is moving in a state of vibration. It's either growing or dying. It cannot stay still. Everything in this universe moves. So when you recognize that, start to look at yourself and the actions that you're taking in your life, just what you did yesterday, like where your energy went to, and you'll realize it's either growing you or it's killing you. You're either growing or you're dying. So if you're not constantly learning, constantly pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, growing, evolving, then that means that you're regressing. It doesn't mean that you're going to die instantly. It just means that you are now perishing. You are now in the state of regression. You're losing skills. You're losing knowledge. You're losing attention. So we must be pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zone constantly, because that's how you realize what this life's really about. Because when you're constantly growing, constantly evolving, constantly learning, you realize it's not about what's on the outside. It's about what's on the inside. So you think that you're going to get these things and it's going to make you happy and your life's going to be complete. Oh, if I just had more money, or if I had this house, this car, this relationship, this lifestyle, that it's going to cure everything within you. But it's not, because you're still going to be you within. And that's all that I coach people on. That's all that I teach and preach, is it's about what's on the inside, not on the outside. You could have everything on the outside, but if you're not whole on the inside, you're screwed. You're not going to be happy. You're not going to find fulfillment. You're going to be searching for it in all these different places outside of you, neglecting what's taking place within you. So that's the whole message today, is don't focus on what's on the outside. Focus on what's on the inside. That's where the message comes. You are either growing or dying on the inside. Because someone could work 20, 30 years, build an incredible business, make a lot of money, sell that business, and then go and travel the world. And if they're not growing every single day, they're going to find a lack of fulfillment. They're not going to find happiness, because it comes from us developing ourselves, overcoming ourselves. And if you're not in that constant state of growing and evolving, you're going to be perishing. You're going to regress. And I see so many people do it. I see people that I know that have hit these levels that they want to, that they thought would bring them all this joy and fulfillment, and now they're regressing because they're too comfortable. They're getting too comfortable. They think they have it made, and there's going to be a time at some point in the future that catches up with them, unless they start growing and start pushing themselves outside their comfort zone. There's no question about it. We know what's right for us. We know that that's where all the great things in life lie, is on the other side of our comfort zone, pushing ourselves through that fear, through that pain, that struggle, that adversity. And people lose that as they gain more material success. When they gain more material success, they've had these beliefs that have been so instilled in them by other people, by themselves, by the media, that they think that they're good now. Like, hey, I should be happy. I have all these things, but they're not aware that they're only going to find that happiness by continually overcoming themselves, continually pushing themselves outside their comfort zone through that adversity. It is a universal law that by pain, one receives pleasure. By doing an intense workout, you're putting yourself through pain, through adversity, through struggle. You want to quit, it's uncomfortable. But once you're done with that, once you push through and complete it, you feel so much pleasure inside because you overcame yourself. And that's the whole point of working out. It's not about working out to get muscles and get jacked and look good to other people. It's about what you're doing to your mind. What are you doing to your mind when you work out? You're pushing yourself through that adversity, that discomfort, that grit, that toughness is being developed in those moments. And it's not just working out. When you're in business or you're in your relationship and you're having a fight or a problem or an issue arises, are you going to quit in that moment? Are you going to seek the nearest exit? Or are you going to hang in the fire, stay there, and see it for what it really is and not get in your ego? That's one of the most important things that I've learned is don't get in your ego. You're there to learn. That situation is being brought to you for you to grow, for you to evolve, but you must see it as an opportunity for that. Because successful people look at failure as an opportunity, as a stepping stone to their achievement, while others look at failure as an alibi as to why they aren't getting their result. Oh, well, this happened, so that's why I'm not successful. Are you kidding me? All the successful people know you have to be willing to do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. That means you have to work long hours. You have to go further than you've ever gone before. You have to be willing to dig deep in those tough moments, to stand in that fire and overcome it. You must be able to see things as they really are, not turn away from them when it gets uncomfortable. So you're either growing or you're dying. In those moments, if you turn away from it, you're dying. If you stand in those moments, you're gonna grow. You're gonna find value, you're gonna find wisdom, you're gonna find strength in those moments of adversity. So it's either grow or die. You choose. You're not staying still. Nothing in this world is staying still. It's either growing or dying. So always be pushing yourself past your comfort zone, past that moment where you want to quit. And if you continue to do that day in and day out, you will develop strengths within you that no one has. No one around you has. Because you're willing to do what it takes. You're willing to go to those darker places. And why should someone just be successful if they're not willing to do more than what unsuccessful people aren't willing to do? That's the thing. To be the top 1%, you have to be willing to do what 99% won't. That's the difference. That's what separates the winners from the losers. So it's either grow or die. You choose.